Ancient trails to ancient sites crisscross the American Southwest, visible to those with the eye to see them. Ancient routes of trade, turquoise, copper, gold, silver, people, and culture. For millennia, these paths were occupied by ancient peoples, some unknown, with the Spanish colonial, Mexican, and Americans leaving their marks only in recent times. One wonders what historical discoveries and tangible treasures might be hidden in plain sight along these old paths. This is what we seek to know. Hey everybody, here's another short one with Echo Tango. We had a long conversation. In this one I talk over him a little too much, so sorry for that, but we do get into discussions about the Olmecs, Maya, the Aztecs, and the Jesuits, and even at the end, E.T. has something to say about Kokopelli, so here we go.
Remember in the 1730s or 20s, whatever it was, the Jesuits were here working hard. The Jesuits came in as the scientists, as the engineers. Let's really get busy here. Then in the 1600s, they were just conquistadores type guys. Okay. And you know my favorite character. Okay. Anyway, I won't say the name now because I don't want to say that one yet.
Okay.
Anyway, so when the Jesuits came in, they were mining all over the place. We've talked about one of the mines up in the San Mateos that you went to go visit in that area. The petroglyph site up there. The Bloody Hand petroglyph site. Okay. And the hollow sounding rocks. When you beat on the side of the hill,
I know what you're talking about.
It sounds hollow.
I still haven't checked out that old trail that.
Okay, the whole trail right there going down.
Yeah, I still haven't walked it yet. Yeah.
Going from the top of the mountain going down on the west side, southwest side. Okay, that to me it's intriguing. And then you go to the east, San Mateos. You get to the Aragon mining district. Okay, gold mine.
Yep.
Okay, and then Rio Grande. Okay, and from Rio Grande, where do you go?
Well, the other side is the Fra Cristobal's, and the other side of that's the Jornada, the northern part of the Jornada. Yeah.
Okay, and everybody's doing this, and so to me that was a renegade type discovery. And then years later, the Jesuits picked up on it and went that way. Okay, and the Jesuits didn't last too long. They were hard, industrious people. And the main thing with Jesuits, they were the religion. But they were also the engineers, the guys that knew the chemicals, the lab guys and all this stuff. Let's process this and we'll process that and we'll do it this way and we'll boil it that way and cook it this way and whatever. Making good ore. Clean it up from what it was before. Before was the outlaw Spanish guys. Before the outlaws were the natives. Before the Aztecs. Before the Mayans. Okay. There's Aztec stuff. There's Mayan stuff in this area.
Because a cave is a cave is a cave is a cave.
I have found artifacts that are Mayan artifacts.
I've seen one of your things that looks like it came from Samaria or something. The little bearded thing, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And I've got a petroglyph site of 3 kings.
Oh, those are really...
heads.
Yeah, so those are really anomalous. Of all the glyphs I've seen in the state, those are pretty distinct. And that conical wizard hat that one of them has, that conical hat goes way back to like some of the first like people who tried to do astronomy and all that.
Opec.
Oh yeah.
Before Mayans.
Oh Olmec. Yeah. The
Olmec. I mean.
Olmec. Yeah.
Olmec. Before the Mayans. Okay. Those guys. That's the ones that are here to begin with. And they picked up gold. What was easy.
Well, so what, people maybe, gold deposits happen in different ways. In the Southwest here, what's happened a lot of times is that this whole mountain has eroded down over time. The acids have washed all the sulfides and stuff out, and right near the surface, you get massive concentrations of gold and sometimes silver, depending on the zone, and copper. And then, that ore doesn't necessarily continue at depth. So the thing is, in this arid kind of zone, is that the first people in are doing stuff like they did at the potato patch up in Arizona and other places like that, is they're picking up, thumb-sized nuggets off the ground, like chickens pecking in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next guys come in and they mine the rich ore near the surface using primitive techniques. And then more modern stuff comes in until they're finally tunneling into the mountain. But by the time they do that, there might still be a lot of gold, but it's all hard rock and hard to extract.
Yes.
So the ancient peoples would have had kind of first pickings.
Exactly.
And they would have
top of the ground.
Yeah, and so, because in my mind the question is, where did that much, I just did a video on like what the list of stuff in Victoria Peak was, right? And I've got another video that I've got notes on I'm going to make about how many different people had their version of what they saw inside the peak. And the numbers and stacks of bars and stuff are fairly consistent, actually. It's kind of interesting. And it's more people than you think who claim to have been in there, seen it, or seen some of it as it was kind of transported out or staged for removal. So where could so much have come from? Again, in the arid Southwest, that whole surface enriched stuff, it would have been easy pickings. And if they really were at it for that long, and if this geography really is a good kind of nexus point to like store it for a while before you take your once every 5 or 10 years trip back to wherever, South America or...
Let's start with the OPEC.
Olmec, yeah.
Olmec.
OPEC. You're thinking about oil, huh?
I'm thinking of oil.
Yeah, oil and
rich. Anyway,
Yeah.
The Olmec. Let's start with them, time period, more or less. And then we go to Mayans, more or less, time period. End up in the 1700s with the Jesuits. How many years of prospecting does that tell you?
Yeah, that sounds like about 600 to 700-ish years.
Easy 700 years
Yeah.
or more. Mayans were 600 years.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So we're talking 1,000 years.
Mm.
Okay, before the Mayans. Okay, these guys are already picking up the gold. They can't just pick up and run with it. Why?
What? It's dangerous, right?
It's heavy.
The
The Mayans didn't care about danger.
Well, they didn't have beasts of burden, so
They had beasts of burden.
if you're getting stuff from A to B, it was on your back.
Yeah. And we got them pictures today. We have pictures today. And it's a big popular thing with tourists, especially up in Navajo country.
Hmm.
They sell pictures and all kinds of stuff. One of them things is called a Kokopelli.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This guy's going along, hunchback,
Yeah.
playing a flute.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks, well, that poor guy is hunchback. He's not hunchback. The big old bulge in the back is a backpack full of trade goods.
Mm.
And he's playing the flute to announce, hey guys, don't shoot.
And come trade.
I'm a trader.
Yeah. Huh.
Wake up. Play the flute. Music. Have fun.